going on, guys? It is your head honcho, Northern Chat. You guys are going to say anything about that? I said head honcho.
I was going to actually make a comment about it.
And
What's going on, guys? It is your boy, Northern Chat, or FaZe coming at you guys. It's a brand new Two Truths, One Lie. This is a popular YouTube challenge a lot of people do, and I thought it'd be funny if us three told, because we know each other pretty well, but I think there's certain little things that we haven't told each other, and I know there's one. I don't think I've told these guys. I think I've told them until Apex, this one thing. So it's part of my Two Truths, One Lie.
What the heck, bro?
So there's gonna be two truths and a lie that you're gonna throw in there.
I've told these guys a lot about.
Yeah, so I think you can still come up with something that we don't. Because you told us. What did you tell us yesterday? That you told us. Hold up. You told us something that you've never told us before. He used to make graphic design. This is that for an example. Like he never told us he used to be like a graphics designer and like used to.
I was never a graphic.
Like he used to make thumbnails and stuff for all of us. So I think it'll be really funny, and I think we're gonna be able to do at least a couple rounds each, and it should be good. So. I don't want to go first. You have to. We nose goes.
You can't nose go when I'm looking straight at the fucking ground.
You gotta be ready.
That's not fair.
Okay, what happens if a fireman out here?
Nose goes.
Nose goes. Nose goes.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. We both cut you.
Dude, you did lose.
You gotta go first.
One, I have masturbated outside of my classroom before. I have been in trouble with the police. Like I got arrested before I was 12. And third, my sister has caught me masturbating. I don't know why both of those had two masturbation scenarios, but those are what came to mind.
Wait, so sister caught you.
So sister caught me masturbating. I've masturbated outside of my classroom, and I got arrested before I was arrested. But I said so weird. Arrested before I was 12.
I believe arrested before you're 12. I'm going with masturbated outside classroom.
Is it a lie?
I don't think you're that weird.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and say that your sister has caught you beating off, and that you did beat off in front of your classroom. I want to say you didn't get arrested. Am I right?
What?
It was when I first started.
I know my boy Ray was beating off all over the place.
It was weird. No, okay, I got kicked out of class once, and it was when I was first ever experiencing my body and masturbating, and I just beat off outside of class.
What the fuck?
There was a table outside of my class. It was like a corner class, and I said beat off.
There's like staff around.
Yeah. But
should I go now?
Fuck it. Yeah, you got it. Honestly, why don't you go?
Alright. I beat off in my friend's sister's car while my friend and his sister were in the car.
Okay.
2, I have been robbed at both knife point and gun point. And 3, I broke my little brother's nose.
Number 1 is the lie. The first one's the lie. Because I know the second one is true. You told me.
So which ones do you think are true and which ones do you think are
first
I think... Wait, what was the first one?
First one was I beat off in my friend's sister's car while my friend and his sister were in the car.
I don't... Dude, that's hard. I don't think you broke your little brother's nose then. I think that's the lie.
Okay. Which one do you think is
I think maybe... Because that's like too specific to be a lie, I feel. You know what I mean? I feel like in my friend's sister's... Like, why not your friend's car? Your friend's sister's car? Okay.
The first one.
You think
You met in the car.
You think the brothers?
Yeah. I got it?
Yeah, you got it.
He didn't break his brother's nose. At first, I'm like, he definitely broke his nose at one point.
You didn't break your brother's nose?
That's the craziest place I've ever beat off in my life.
Nice.
So is the theme...
I was feeling some type of way.
The theme is jerk off.
Is the theme to this video?
I was with a part that I didn't leave out too is I was with a girl who I was like seeing at the time, and I sort of
bust nut on her.
It was like a half and half type thing, but it was like I don't know.
Adapt? Okay. I guarantee you I'll get adapt too. So far, me and you are both, we haven't got one wrong because we're only on one.
What was the second thing I said?
My greatest fear are bees. I fucking hate bees.
Okay.
Number 2, when I was little, I broke my sister's leg playing football with her.
Okay.
And number 3, the first time, since it's a masturbation topic, the first time I ever masturbated was an accident. I didn't mean for it to happen. I didn't know what was happening.
Number 2, you never broke your sister's leg.
Yeah, you never broke.
Dude, why is it so fucking easy for you guys? I put so much thought
because
into
one, you made a video called "I Hate Bees," so that's like that's easy.
I don't think I've done that.
Yes, that's how
I've said
you made a thumbnil. You made a
and
thumbnail.
You're the only retard who'd be.
You're the only retard who would beat off by accident.
I didn't know what was happening, dude.
How do you beat off by accident?
How do you know that I beat off by accident?
Because you said so.
I never told you guys that. I may have told you that.
So, no, I've never heard. I know that you're afraid of bees.
You never told me that. But
yeah, the first time
and I know you don't go outside and play football. So that's another reason why.
Yeah.
See, that was the. Alright.
Alright, let's go
We're
round
2 for 2, Banks.
Yeah,
Okay.
Number 1. I was the only kid in my 8th grade class who wasn't allowed to go on our 8th grade trip or participate in our 8th grade dance. 2. The reason why me and my first girlfriend ever broke up was because I threw an acorn at her by accident. I hit her in the face and gave her like this red mark, and that's why we broke up. She never talked to me again after that. 3. One time, you guys both know Colby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One time, Colby and I were fucking around a couple years back, and he like came at me, and I like kind of sort of threw him into a brick wall and like busted his head open. And there was like blood everywhere. It was obviously an accident, but it was,
I think number 2.
it was a messy scene.
You think the acorn?
No, he tried to sell that way too hard.
Okay.
I think he didn't do that to Colby.
Those are your both
Yeah.
answers? That's right.
I knew it.
I
Damn.
actually did that. I actually did throw an acorn at my ex-girlfriend. My
I just wanted to go against the Zap.
first
Wait, so
ever
you threw an
girlfriend.
acorn at your girlfriend and you
Yeah.
guys broke up because of that?
No, we didn't actually break up. No.
Oh.
No, we didn't break up. It wasn't like I threw an.
Oh, wait,
acorn-
that's the lie.
I threw an acorn at her.
So I'm allergic to wool.
I'm gonna write mine down.
I lost my virginity at 14 years old. And I have one of my 3 biggest fears is clown.
I don't think you're allergic to wool either.
You're both wrong. I'm allergic to wool.
What is it? Clowns?
Are you really?
I'm allergic to wool.
So what's the lie?
Oh yeah, fuck clowns.
Clowns is.
Yeah, I ain't afraid of clowns. I used to be afraid of clowns, but yeah, I'm allergic to wool. It's not good.
Damn.
Like whenever I wear wool or anything, my skin goes crazy. That's
Wow.
what. Yeah, my mom used to always give me wool stuff, and then I remember it's always like
I thought
my
for
skin
sure
would get
that was
really
a lie.
bad. Yeah, I don't know. How about
What?
you, retard? What are your 2 truths, 1 lie?
Okay, let's think, retard. When I was younger, when I went to the zoo, my sister dropped her glasses in the lion's cage, and the lion was sleeping, and my dad picked me up and put me over the fence to grab her glasses and come
That's
back.
the lie.
Why?
Number 2.
That's honestly probably not the lie.
Number 2, I was hiding in a bush in the desert from the cops for like an hour one time, inside a bush in the middle of the desert. And number 3, in 9th grade, I got suspended for throwing a book at someone.
I 100%
wait.
believe him throwing a book at someone.
The first one I think is the lie.
Fuck, dude, they're all true. Damn it.
All of
They're
those
all-
are true.
Yeah, I
Are
fucked
you a
up.
Why did you-
idiot?
I didn't realize.
Wait,
Your dad fucking did that?
Why did your
My
dad
dad did
put you
do
in a
that.
cage with a lion?
The lion was sleeping.
It takes him 1 second to wake up.
Yeah, but I had Ninja on, dude. A Ninja Pro.
Oh my god. He just has to wait.
Kid gives us 3 truths.
I forgot, dude. Let me read. Can I redo that?
Yes.
So when I was younger,
fucking kidding
when I
me?
was younger at the zoo, my dad put me in a lion cage with my sister.
Dude!
I'm
Not
gonna
the same.
redo it. Should I redo new
Dude,
question?
do the new ones, you fucking moron.
Okay, whatever you say, dude.
You're so dumb. You are, dude. Oh my! I can't take you, dude. Just go.
In 8th grade, I was not allowed to finish my ceremony. I wasn't allowed to go to 8th grade graduation or 8th grade ceremony or anything like that. My teacher, she did not let me. Her name was Miss Carson's, and I still hate her. Number 2, when I came to Arizona, number 2, I lived in California for a year or not like a year, like 6 months. 6 months to a year. And number 3, I had a really bad fear of planes growing up. I did not want to go on planes ever.
I believe the planes.
I never wanted to go on
What was the second one?
I lived in Cali for 6 months.
I
And
feel
what was
like
the first one?
What was the
you
first
didn't
one?
get to go to your 8th
Oh, I didn't
grade.
get to go to my 8th grade graduation. I was not allowed to graduate or go to the assembly or anything.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna say the California thing is a lie.
yeah, no, I'm gonna live Cali.
What? That was too fucking easy, dude.
Why the fuck would you live in Cali? I know you lived in.
You
he
put
lived
me
in,
on the spot.
He lived in Pennsylvania for a year.
I knew knew that though, so I
Yeah,
could say that.
I know you ain't moving 2 months. 4 months. Yeah. All right, so is it my turn again, or is it?
No, we did it.
All right, so my 3 are: when I was younger, I got bit by a zebra. I punched my dad in the face. We got in a little argument before he left and stuff, because you guys already know the story about that. And 3rd, I broke my sister's arm. Which one?
You definitely did not punch your dad in the face.
Okay.
You said
I'm
you
gonna
can't.
say you didn't break your sister's arm.
I broke her arm.
Wow.
Oh,
It was an
I right?
accident.
Was I right?
You right.
I knew it because
Although I would have loved
you
to.
said you
I
can't-
would have loved to. But no.
You always said you came home and he was gone. So I mean, you never had time.
couldn't have had time to punch him. You're right.
Okay.
I just came home one day, but no. Let me explain myself. I tabletop. You know what tabletopping is? Where
Yeah.
your friend. It was actually funny because I told her. One of my friends went over. He was like, "Dude, he broke his arm. He broke his arm." So she came running to see if I was okay, and I was on the floor like, going, "Ah!" And then one of my friends went behind her and got behind her, and I pushed her over him, and she broke her
You
arm.
broke her arm.
Yeah,
That's
it
crazy.
was bad. I said sorry though.
Since my first ever girlfriend, I've never remained single for longer than a year. So you understand what I'm saying there? Since I ever
Yes.
first got my first girlfriend,
Okay.
my first actual
true.
girlfriend, I've never remained
Okay.
single for longer than a year. 2 is ever since I was a younger kid, like when I was a younger kid, I was obsessed with the fact of having a pet monkey. I always wanted a pet monkey, and I was really adamant about it. And I was like, I really wanted a pet
monkey. Okay.
And number 3 is I didn't learn how to ride a bike until I was 12.
Okay.
12 or 13.
I don't think you're that stupid. And I think you tried to sell number 2 again too hard. And I believe number 1 is true. So my answer is number 2.
Number 2.
You guys think what, the pet monkey thing?
Yeah.
That is the truth. I love
What? You never once brought that up,
heard you bring
dude.
up a
Because
monkey.
I kind of got over it, but when I was younger, I was fucking adamant about it. I wanted a pet monkey really bad, and I told myself when I'm older,
I'm gonna get a
I'm
fucking
gonna have a
monkey.
pet
Well,
monkey.
where the
So
fuck is
can
it?
I get a second guess?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
I have a 50-50 now. But I'm guessing that number 3.
So I was 12 or 13. Which one's yours? If you get another 50.
Number 3. I think he did learn how to ride it before he was 12.
Number 1. You were single for longer than a
You're
year.
right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck
No,
that.
I've been
out.
single for longer than a year. Since my first girlfriend.
Nerd.
Yeah, honestly.
Okay, let's go.
All right, Dap's last one. Here we
Okay,
go.
But yeah, I didn't learn how to fucking ride a bike until I was like 12.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck, you crazy asshole?
I just never was like into riding bikes.
You know, apparently Scump still doesn't know how to ride a bike.
That's
So
hilarious.
yeah.
It's just one of
Sorry,
those
Scump.
things.
Okay.
You'll learn one day. Okay.
So my 2 truths, 1 lie. In 9th grade, at one of the first days of 9th grade, when I was going to the lunchroom, I ate shit. Like walking to the lunchroom in front of
I believe
everyone,
that.
and I was really, really embarrassed. Number 2, I got kicked out of class for literally raising my hand and asking a question.
Okay.
I asked a normal question, and the teacher kicked me out of class.
Okay.
Number 3, I've fallen asleep and blamed it on someone else sleeping and gotten away with it in class.
Number 3 is a lie.
I'm gonna go with a 3.
3 is true. That's the thing.
How did you get away with that?
Just, you gotta know how to use your words.
Explain.
Okay, so
No, I don't even care if someone's a lie now, but number 2 is a lie,
No.
right?
number 2 is what you think? What do you think?
I'll say number 1 is a lie.
He got it. Number 1. is-
Number 1?
I never ate shit, dude.
Yeah.
But I did get kicked out of class for asking a question. I sat down, and apparently on the board it said, "Go read your fucking books." Don't talk. I was like, "Hey, like I'm sorry, I'm late. Get out."
Nice. But how did you manage to sleep and blame it on someone else and get away with it?
We were watching a movie, and everyone like has their head down, and I'm sleeping, and like I was actually asleep, and the sub came up to me and he was like, "Hey, you're supposed to be taking notes." I'm like, "I'm not the one sleeping. Look at this kid over here. He was like legit, like it was Cooper, like this kid that sat behind me in English, and
Was he sleeping
he
too?
was sleeping, and he got in trouble for it. And I wasn't. I was just like, "Hey, man, I'm just resting. Like, I'm just putting my head down. Don't feel."
You're a fucking dick.
Dude,
kinda are a dick.
Cooper was asleep, and he should have been.
You were sleeping.
Yeah, but I was tired as fuck.
Oh, he was just chilling, right?
Yeah.
Whatever. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. It has been your boy Norton Chat. I'm here with Adapt and Banks. We're all reclining.
Who wants to take a nap? So.
Yeah, we're taking it. So Jonathan that did enjoy. We'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. I want you guys to keep her. What are you doing?
Making the outro a little bit more
God,
epic.
stop, dude.
Quick, say it before it zooms in on. Say keep it real.
Peace out.
Keep it going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.